Hello, wonderful world. It's me, Soleira Green again, with my good friend, Christine Marsh. And we're going to talk today about living agelessly because I just turned 76 but feel 14. And
Yeah.
I got a birthday thing with the happy 14th birthday on it, just for fun from my friends. And Christine is 85 of age now, and she is currently a model on the London catwalks, which is so
Wow.
amazing. Because I've known you for what, 20, 25 years now, I
Yes,
think.
easily that.
Yeah. Do you want to just introduce yourself and say a little bit about who you are, what you do, how you got to this place?
Well, I think what I call is the unorthodox, orthodox, unorthodox pattern to my life. Unorthodox was being born in India during the war, and I escaped formal education. So nobody got at me. I wasn't compartmentalized into, are you what is it, art, or are you science, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
holistic view of being out with nature has always been my foundation,
Fantastic.
and never fitting in, if that makes sense, because my father moved about so much when we came back from India to the UK, and then we went to Singapore. I was there for 5 years, and then he come back and it's changing schools. So I think I've always been the observer. I think that's the way I would describe it. And that has worked very well with what I'm currently doing, which is facilitation.
Yeah. So you work with people for transformation, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do it sort of in-house and looking at maybe they were downsizing or expanding, or there was conflict, or sort of working on that kind of consultancy level. And then I decided that really I wanted more focus. So I now call it focus sessions, 47 minutes worth.
Wow.
And that is a trick that was taught to me many moons ago from a naval base. If you say 45, people don't absorb it. 47 is what's you on about? It's just that little, oh, kind of thing. And that's how I got my first job, having worked in a small firm in Cheltenham to a national company.
So
I got 40,
are you still
47
working with corporations, leaders, that kind of thing?
on a one-to-one more now, rather than
Fantastic.
going in and trying to do workshops or teamwork or whatever. So
Yeah,
I call them focus sessions. I don't really want to get tied up into long-term
yeah,
projects.
I get that. Yeah,
Come along, give me, I call it the self model. It's what is the situation in one sentence,
yeah, fantastic.
right? What emotions does that evoke in you? Good, bad, indifferent, the whole range of emotions that that situation evokes. L is give me the logic, cut out the doodah, so to speak, sorry, the assumptions, and just keep it logic. What is facts? And that's the hardest bit because we bring our own baggage to the party and we
Hmm.
can distort it to fit our version of what's going on.
Yeah,
So, and then the F really is focus, situation. What's the emotions it provokes, look at the facts logically, and then F is for the future. What are you going to do about it? So
fantastic. That's
you
where you and
come up,
I meet
yeah,
right there in the future stuff.
yeah. At the end of the day, you're wasting energy because you can't change stuff that's happened. You can learn from it,
Yeah,
but you can't change it. So I've got some people on this treadmill going over and
yes,
over and
yeah,
over, and you think, oh, what a waste of energy. You
yeah,
can only use energy negatively or positively. So, what are you going to do with it?
yeah. And so how did you, it's only happened, I think, in the last 2 year or two for you. How did you get into modeling in London?
Uh, well, I mean, when I lost Colin, I mean, we met when we were 17, so half of me's missing. And it's been a huge traumatic life adjustment. And I found a new place to live, changed, and all the rest of it. So a huge upheaval. And I was sitting here and thinking, okay, do something outrageous. What is it that, look it out. So I send it out to the universe, what comes in. And there was an announcement that there was a day on training to be a model. And that is through an organization called Buzz Talent. Um, and I booked on the off chance. And you get somebody that shows you how to do catwalks and your makeup and your hair and what you can and can't do, and how you should only have 6 points to sell yourself, not your life history, which I'm doing at the moment. Sorry, I'm trying to come back to the 6
That's
points
okay.
for you. But anyway, did this little shoot. And the next thing is I'm on the big stage at a fashion icon event with this designer, Farouk. Um, and we just clicked. And I was just one of the models. This is a lovely photo of us all up on this stage.
Yeah.
And I'm the little one next to this lovely guy who's about 6'7" or whatever. Um, so I stand out because I'm not one of the normal stereotype
Yeah.
models.
Yeah. I think I
And
saw a video of you skipping down the runway with another model.
uh, well, I just don't. I don't allow inhibitions to get in the way. I
Oh,
think you're the same. It's other people imposing. Oh, I couldn't do that onto you. Well, sorry, but have you had a go? How do you know?
that's
I
right.
get
Yeah. Yeah.
sort of. We've got this enormous potential, as you know. We just don't tap into it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what you and I have been about, well, ever since before we met, long before, but definitely the last 25, 30 years for sure
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, just
Yeah.
having good fun as you go about
Oh
stuff.
my
So,
gosh. Yeah. So I call
uh,
it living agelessly because I was just looking at some statistics before we got together, and do you know that the number of centenarians, the people who lived over 100 in the world,
mhm,
has gone up
yeah,
750% since 1990 to 2024. Isn't that amazing?
that's staggering. You'll have to let me have that statistic. I think it's looking at the cycle has been disrupted.
Yeah,
The normal cycle of, your time's up, number 42, come in or whatever it is,
yeah,
make room for the next generation. And I think the fact we can communicate globally now so easily
yeah,
I mean, I've just done a forward for a wonderful lady in New Delhi who's coming out with a new book of poems, been on her program. You can go anywhere.
yeah. That's true. Yeah. And I was asking, like, I was searching like what's happened. Well, yeah, baby boomers are arriving, but the life expectancy has gone from in the 19th century, so in the 1800s, 32 years was probably about it. 1950 was 48 years and 2020 was 73.2 years.
Right.
And that's medical advances, the decline in smoking. But I think what it is what you're talking about, is we've stopped believing that we're getting old and that
Yeah.
getting old means sitting still and doing nothing and kind of drifting off to the end. We're kind of like full of life, full of vitality, full of adventure for life and what it offers, and, in our own areas, searching for what that is. So I think that's kind of what happens. What's your view on that?
Well, I thought, what's the most outrageous thing I can do for my 86th birthday? And I did, I dabble with bits of art, and I have got this unfinished painting of a turtle, which hasn't quite been finished. And I thought, yeah, I'm off to the Galapagos and going to swim with them.
Oh my
And that's all
gosh.
booked. So
Wow. When do you
my
go?
80, August this year, so it's not going to
Amazing.
be that long, but it'll be for my 86th birthday
Oh,
to
that's
celebrate
amazing.
with them. Do you know the thing I can't get my head around is me in a wetsuit? I can't, I can't picture it. I think they're going to have to squeeze me in somehow. But anyway, there we go.
But
Um,
I have a friend who's, I think she's 78, maybe 1 or 2 years on either side of that. And she goes dipping in the sea from the UK every morning, all through the year with women similar ages. And they all hold hands and they all run in and they have a
it's just
ball.
wonderful, isn't it? And
Yeah,
this extreme of temperature is really interesting. But cold is phenomenal for the body. I'm just a bit tepid myself. I'm not that brave, but
me too.
our body is an amazing thing,
It
a
is.
piece of equipment that we don't push, and I like pushing myself
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. I'm not a big like a walk every day and do a bit of disco dancing before I get into bed at night, but I'm not a big exercise gym type person. I do eat well, but I do believe like you're talking about that there's an orientation to a well-being and vitality for life that comes from almost a miraculousness of the physical body.
Well, we our thoughts are so powerful,
Yeah,
and people don't realize you can't be positive and negative at the same time.
yeah.
And the energy we waste. Um, and I think, social media and the news, and you really can get yourself into a right lather if you're not careful about how dreadful everything is.
Oh
And
gosh,
then I
yeah.
wake up and I had a cataract operations. And it's just like this layers peeled off. And I've got this picture of this dandelion. Now, I thought I was looking at dandelions, but after the cataracts were taken off, this is the most exquisite piece of nature's architecture. It's
And
just
have you noticed
phenomenal.
in the last 2 to 3 years, the dandelions are like little glowing suns. They're like, whoa, I used to see them coming up out of the cement and they'd be kind of,
Yeah.
and now they're like, ah, here I am.
Well, you can eat them. They're medicinal. They are nature's reserve. I mean, they're phenomenal.
Yeah,
But I think we have just got this funnel vision now of what we're being fed, what we should look at, what we do look at
yeah,
is edited out.
yeah.
And I feel that, the younger generation glued to these screens, I think it's a bit of a brainwashing exercise. I get quite cynical as to how do the youngsters actually do something that is creative for themselves. So,
Yeah. I'm a
yeah.
big, I don't know if you've heard of him, Simon Squibb fan. And he just today released a book for kids of any age called What's Your Dream? And it's a workbook for them to follow their dreams early in life so that they can, because this education system doesn't often teach, entrepreneurialism or business or finance or an understanding of the possibilities of the fulfillment of potential, which you and I are both about,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. But the other thing I think for me and the others I see like ourselves who are just full of life, is being up to something bigger than ourselves. So for me, I call myself a future innovator, new reality creator, that kind of thing. And it's turning the world out in whatever way I can do that.
Mhm.
And I know you're up to big things as well. And it makes a difference, I think, when you get up to something, because for me, that has meant that I think that I'm going to call it the universe, partners with me, sends me ideas, sends me energy, sends me, great moments, opportunities, etc., that just enliven me totally.
I can relate to that, just handing it over to the universe. That's what I sat here and did. And, stuff just comes in. We block so much with these restraints that are imposed on us.
Yeah,
And I think we just haven't even scratched the surface.
yeah,
And looking at the energy that's out there at the moment, it is buzzing.
yeah,
But a lot of it is churning up a lot of dross. It's
Oh
not
gosh, yeah.
particularly pleasant.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I'm aware of it all, of what's going on in the world,
Hmm.
and yet I'm learning to vibrantly live and create in a higher vibrational frequency that
Hmm.
I think comes sources something new for us all. And I think that's happening with many, many, many people now. And I think that's
Is that
part of
what
what's
they're
having
calling?
this
Sorry, they're calling it 5D or something. It's a you move up and away. I can't describe it any other way. That 3D is where we were trapped, and this 5D, this other dimensional element, but you are connected to a vast resource. It's not just you anymore.
yeah, you kind of become partners, friends, good buddies with the universe, and even
Yeah.
start to be able to flow different energies through, different forces, different abilities to remake realities, to source breakthroughs, to create transformation and transcendence. And I kind of talk about it like, here's the constricted world, the limited low vibration one. Here's the new one. And it's for me, it's very present. It's very alive. It's very
Mhm.
full of opportunities and adventure and all of that kind of thing. So I just want to take a minute because I said I would. I want to show everybody who's watching this. I'm just going to share the picture of you modeling. These are some of the pictures. Aren't they great? And look at the smile on your
Oh,
face. And
I had so much fun.
oh,
It,
that is
it was,
just,
I just felt, and no, it sounds a bit whooshy, but I felt surrounded by love. You know, people were genuinely cheering you on. They wanted you to have a good time, all ages. And there's some pretty important people swanning around at that evening that, you know, are influencers in whatever sphere they're in. And you
fantastic.
think, well, if you're putting it over that all this vast reserve of knowledge and approach, and you see people thinking and go through and you think, yeah, but you're going to come out the other side of this. I know you will. And they're lost. They are really down in the depths. I mean, we have highs and we have lows. It's part of the way we go through life. But when you're in that dark space, as you well know, it's not a nice place to be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have any advice for people to live to the full, live to the max, to live agelessly, what would be your thing to say to people?
Well, I think go back to whatever dream you had as a child,
Mm,
you know, that dreamlike stage where you were open and receptive before they squished you into boxes and tick boxes and all the rest of it.
yeah,
But dig deep. I mean, the book Flashpoint Transformation Life's Choices, Ready to Jump or Waiting to Be Pushed, change is inevitable. And all
yes,
I'm saying, for goodness sake, jump, because
yeah,
change is coming. And, you know, embrace making mistakes. It's learning. It's
yeah.
not failure, but if you don't have a go, you don't know. And like this modeling, I had a go and look where it got me.
Oh, how many have you done? I've seen at least three different ones you've done now in London. How many have you done?
Oh, that's it. That's it now. There'll be a big fashion show in September, the Icon, that's run by Bus Talent. And
Uh,
um, whether I'll be featured in that again, I don't know. But
and
I
that's
think
after you swim with the tortoises.
if they let me out again after that. I just got this pit and I'm shivering as I think about it. You know, looking at I swam with the dolphins, which was the wild dolphins in Hawaii, which was just out of this world. And I always remember this lovely lady, we're still friends, came with 3 bottles, and you're looking at this incredible water. And she said, right, I want some of that blue, some of that pale, I want some of that. And she honestly believed that you could capture the beauty of waves and color and depth in little bottles.
Oh
And
my
to me,
God.
that's how we're living life. We want to capture something
Yeah.
instead of living it.
Yeah. I want to capture profoundly, deeply, richly stirring moments.
Oh
And have
yeah,
as many of them as possible, strung all
cram
together.
'em in, just bring it on. That's my view at the moment.
Exactly. Well, you
I,
mentioned about the dream.
mm,
Because when I was a very young kid, like probably 9 or 10, a teacher said I could write. She sent it home to my parents. And then when I was in my 20s, I did a creative writing course, and I said I'd never write again. It was so bad. And then now I've written 20 books. And I've written most of them in the last 10 years. Like
yeah,
it's
but you're
never,
free flow. I love reading your work. This is the way you write. This is how you start. This is what you do. It's all these tick boxes. They
that's
drive
right.
me mad.
Yeah, that's right. It just flows when you
Yeah,
let it. This you
yeah,
in the universe, it's not channeled. It's me,
yeah.
it's my genius, but it's what wants to come through just pours on through. And I think that's part of my own vitality and well-being is that. It's that relationship, but it's also the not buying into what it's supposed to be like now for
Well,
us.
if you've got people that have followed, I must come down and have a session with you. This is lovely.
Oh, be
Just go
wonderful.
up on the tour or do something.
Yeah,
Um, but I just find it, you can either get sucked into them trying to polish off the world as we know it, or you come outside of that and say, what is within the sphere of my control?
yeah. And what can I create? How can
Yes.
I make the world brighter, better, more awesome, more kind, more connected, more, conscious, higher vibrate, all of it. There's so many ways in which we can do that. It's extraordinary. Oh, so I love what you said about letting people follow the dream. I think that's amazing.
Well, inspiration is to inspire, but it's also to breathe life into something.
Yeah.
And, but it's getting people to be honest with themselves. One, are they happy? Right? Do they look forward to the day ahead of them, or are they in dread? And what the heck are they going to do about it?
Yeah, you said it earlier. It's like give it a go. Go for it. Yeah. I think that's so amazing. Well, thank you for this. I hope we inspire loads of people to live to the max at all ages and to have
Well,
fun
you've
lives.
got your beautiful role model. So you keep going, my dear. I love following what you
Oh,
are both up
ditto.
to.
Same here. I love watching your posts and seeing what you're up to. It's just brilliant. Especially that one of you skipping down the runway. That one was just pure delight. So thank you
And
very much. And if people want to get in touch with you, do you want to say how they can do that?
yeah, certainly www.thechristinemarsh.com is my website. Obviously, I'm on Facebook and just about every social media that I can get onto. So please follow me. But I've got lots of followers and they sometimes don't give me feedback. So, enjoyed it, inspiring. How? What have you done with it?
Yeah.
It's I just like to have a result still. I can't come away from that sort of an outcome for the use of the gift that we've been given, which is called life.
Yes. Agreed. Beautiful. Beautifully said. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a magical day, year, rest of all of it.
Okay. And if
Yeah.
I make the headlines of, in the Galapagos, watch out. Okay. I've got no idea
I
what I'm going to
can't
be doing.
wait to see the videos.
Okay. Well, love chatting to you. And I'm sure we both send your listeners all the positive love and vibes that we can. So
Big time.
just
Yeah.
just don't let anybody snuff that light out. Don't. It's yours.
Right on. Thanks,
Yeah.
Christine. Lots of love.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.